What's up, guys? I just wanted to talk about my experience with renting a car. So, as you know, for my 25th birthday, I rented a Jaguar, and what I thought I was renting was a Jaguar XFR, which, for those of you who don't know, is a trim level. It's, I guess, a little sportier version of the Jaguar XF. The Jaguar XF has a V8 engine in it that's naturally aspirated, and the Jaguar XFR has a supercharged V8, so it's supposed to put out 510 horsepower. That's what I thought I was renting, but it wasn't until the second day till I realized that, you know, there's no supercharger on this engine. I popped the hood and there's no supercharger. There were some minor differences in the stylings between regular XF and a regular, between the XF and the XFR. And I'll show you some pictures. The XFR has like different fog lights. It has not as much chrome trim on the outside, and also the XFR has a much sportier interior. So, and most importantly, the supercharger on the engine. So I was really upset when I found out. Next day, which was a Monday, I returned the car and I texted the owner. I just said, hey, it was a great ride. Everything was awesome. Nothing broke down, anything like that. But I was a little disappointed to find out that it's not really an XFR. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that, but just wanted to let you know that this is not an XFR. It's an XF with an R badge on the back. So I sent the owner a message, and the owner was not happy about that. Basically, she said, why would you say everything is great, blah blah blah, you're having a great time with the car on the first day, and then after you return it, you have a lot of problems with the car. What kind of person are you? I messaged the company and said you're not fit for this community. All that crap. Like, she took it really personal, and she was really upset that I had a complaint. She said, I have nothing but 5-star reviews for all the cars that we rent out, and this is the Jaguar XFR with lots of upgrades, blah 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 blah. It has the most expensive interior, basically a bunch of bull crap. So I messaged her back, and I said, I'm allowed to have split feelings about things. There's always a good and a bad to every situation. I just wanted to point out that there's no supercharger on this engine, and if you do a quick Google search, you will be able to see that there are things on the XFR that are not on this car. Your registration says this is an XF, not an XFR. So that was that. I said, I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware, if you weren't, that this car is not an XFR, because they might think that it is and they don't know, because some people don't know too much about cars. So I said, what, for now, let's just forget about it. Let's agree to disagree. So after I send that message, guess what? She claims that I had damaged something on the car. So I get a message from the company, and I said, hey, do you have a number that I can call you at? So they actually called me right away and explained that that the owner had filed a claim for damage to the rear wheel. And I said, this has to be made up. I would know if I hit a curb or if I hit the rear wheel. I did an inspection, there was nothing. The car was cleaned and everything. I took it to a wash, and I drove it straight to the where I needed to drop it off. And basically, I knew at that point, though, that I didn't have any evidence, because I didn't take any close-up pictures like I should have. Again, I was new to this whole thing, so I didn't know I didn't think of the precautions that I should have taken. So basically, he sent me the picture of the curb rash that I had caused, that I had created on the rear right wheel. And it was a fresh wound, as if I basically would have had to have done it in the garage that I dropped it off at, in order for it, because it still had the cement dust. I'll show you the picture, and you can see how the wheel is dirty. So I sent him some pictures. I told him, all right, I don't have any real clear pictures or anything, but here's a video. You can see that the wheels aren't dirty, and you can see that there's no cement dust or anything on the wheel. I sent him that video. He said it's not clear enough. Unfortunately, we have to process this claim. I tried something else. I sent him my trip history from Waze, the GPS app, telling him I went straight from the frickin' car wash to the garage where I dropped it off, and there's no way that the wheel could have gotten that dirty in basically 10 miles. I also had a couple pictures of the wheels the day prior, after I had driven it in Warwick, where it's dusty roads and everything, and the picture of the car the morning of, and I showed him that, you know, even before I washed it, the wheels weren't this dirty. And then I also told him that, you know, the picture that you sent me doesn't show the whole wheel. I don't even know if this is the Jaguar wheel, or if this car was on the wheel, if this wheel was on the car. And he said, you know, unfortunately she provided enough evidence, and it's not uncommon to have close-up pictures like that, and he said that's enough proof, we have to cover this claim. So I'm here where I rented the car, and I didn't see the car where it was parked, but I'm gonna walk around actually and see if I could find it, because I really don't think that I did that damage. And it might be like another rim, because they said they just changed their rims, so I'm feeling like they put their old rim on, and with the damage, and then they want to say that I did it. So let's see. So walked around on the first floor of the garage, and I don't see any Jaguar. So there's a second floor. I'm gonna see if I can find it. This is kind of crazy. My heart is beating so fast right now. Oh my gosh. So unfortunately, no Jaguar around. They do have another address listed, which is like 5 minutes away. I might go check that out. There's a lot of nice cars here though. I'm hoping that I don't get stopped by security, because I'm just walking around aimlessly. So I'm gonna run to my car now, and I guess get about this place. Alright, peace. I'm driving through this huge apartment complex, and I'm really just aimlessly driving around. Unfortunately, you know, there's a small chance that the car is not here, that she doesn't even live in this parking complex, or it could be in one of the garages, because there's some garages around. So I'm going in every small parking lot, but I'm starting to lose hope now. Let's see. I think this is the last parking lot that I haven't went into. And is that it? Oh God. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Let's see. Now, I really have to study. Study for my BCPS, which is on Monday. And this is totally distracting me from getting any quality studying in. But I really hate that this is going on right now. Unfortunately, this is life, and I'm gonna have to pay for other people's greed. They finally did close the claim, and I had to pay $150 for the repair of the wheel. It's a lesson I learned the hard way. I guess when you do something like that, when you try something new, you really gotta be extra careful, especially when there's liabilities involved. When you rent a car, like from a service like this, make sure you take a lot of before pictures before you start driving the car, a lot of after pictures when you drop off the car. It's quite a story, but it was fun. Alright, later.